back at Grossmont College, and I'm with a couple of members of the Grossmont College defense. We're approaching the start of the season. Derek Sutherland from 29 Palms, Blake Jarrell from Mountain Empire High School. A couple of veterans from this team last year. So, Blake, I bet you have a lot of trepidation coming into the season. You want to turn things around from that one-win season a year ago. Probably hungry to get out on the field.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's 1-9. That's not good.
Tell me about it. Tell me about last season and how we're going to turn it around this year.
Last year we had a lot of athletes and stuff, but I don't think we really got into the defense, like the way the defense is supposed to be run. And this year it seems like we're getting a lot better into it, and hopefully we can do it right this year.
Derek, 6 interceptions for you last year. We face a lot of teams that do a lot of passing. So how did that come about? How do you get 6 interceptions? I mean, that's a big number. That's got to rank among the leaders, certainly in the state. But we play so many high-powered teams on this schedule. It's got to get tiring back there.
Oh, it's tiring at times, but I just trust Coach CJ to put me in the right spot, and just ended up kind of just getting the ball thrown to me,
Yeah.
Kind of like I was a receiver, just taking the route for him.
Sure. Guys, how much did it mean last year, what this team went through, what Coach Jordan went through with his family, only having the one victory? I imagine when we got that win, it lifted a burden off of the team's shoulders. I imagine there were some tears shed on that day. We always want to have an optimistic view of the next season, and it's hard not to, considering what happened last year, but sometimes life lessons are important too, and we all grow and learn from those, and you don't measure wins and losses. Can you capsulize the season from that perspective, from an emotional perspective?
Well, we definitely wanted to win, just for Coach Jordan at least, and his family and what he's been through, but unfortunately, we were allowed to make that happen once at least.
Yeah, at least once. But a lesson learned from it was just seeing the strength he had to come out every day, going through the tragedy, and having us for him to lean on, and just having that support system, feeling like we're part of something bigger than football, And it's nice to be part of. It's a lesson learned, for sure.
Blake, when you're in a situation like we were in, where we're on the short end of the score, and sometimes we ended up in some games where we're trading points, and we know the toll that takes on a defense. Yeah. Sometimes our defensive statistics kind of go in the wrong direction because we're spending too much time on the field.
Yeah.
The offense was producing some points,
yeah.
And sometimes in these games against some of these teams, it makes us not feel very good about themselves. But how much of it can we turn around this year and shorten games, if you will, shorten fields on some teams?
If we play our defense right, like we're working on it right now, we should be all right. And just put the offense back on the field as much as we can, get as many turnovers as we can, and just put the ball in their hands so that they can score, and we try and stop the other team from scoring.
Score ourselves, too.
Yeah. Derek, some of these names look pretty familiar to me, some guys from the local area here, so maybe you can help me with some of these guys. I'm looking at some of these defensive backs. I recognize several names here. Chance Lovato, Robert Whitehead, he was with the Jaguars last year, but came from Steel Canyon here locally. And some other guys up front with you guys, Matthew V.E. From Helix, Isaac Gonzalez, and Tyrese Tarrant-Patani. Tell me about some of your guys on the defense.
Like you said, they're newer guys, so they're coming into the system and picking up really fast, and just really, really good athletes, and that have a passion for football, and they're coming back into the sport. Maybe they took a year off and realize how much they missed it and want to come back and improve themselves every day, and they're excited to get on the field again. For Matthew on the D line, I'm a secondary guy, but knowing him up front can get to the quarterback. He's just an animal. He can get through any type of line, and makes my job easier. Quarterback just throws it up. I just have to go get it. Same with Robbie, just having him on my side, just locking down one side of the field. Tyrese, also known as Riri, we call him Riri. He's solid out linebacker. Blake could tell you all about Riri. He's really solid, smart guy, athletic guy. He's another high motor type of dude.
Blake, you could probably handle the defense all by yourself. Some of the things you did with the Red Hawks out in Pine Valley. I mean, I think you probably had 200 tackles in your senior year, it seemed like.
It's crazy,
Yeah, just a tackling machine out there, as I always like to call you. So tell me about some of your guys. Tell me about these linebackers. And tell me how this defense is going to improve.
Well, this year, well, like you said, we got a bunch of new guys coming in, but a lot of them have played for a long time, and they're experienced, and they're veterans, and they know what they're doing, and they're just getting through the defense and learning the defense, and then once they get comfortable, they're going to make plays like Riri, and unfortunately we lost Cam, which he was going to make plays for us too, but we still have a bunch of depth in all positions, and we should be a good linebacking core, make plays.
Yeah, and going up against some of these high-powered teams, top-ranked teams in the state, sometimes week after week, it's got to take its toll a little bit. But I imagine you look forward to challenges like that when a team comes in having scored 70 points in their last 2 games. That rubs the defense the wrong way.
Yes, sir. I remember the Riverside game last year. They were ranked really high, and that was like my best game ever. I had like 13 tackles. Felt like I was going off that game, and that was against a really good team. So I was really happy with that. And I look forward to the challenges. I get nervous, but I want to do the best I can, and going against the best makes you better. So that's what I want to do.
Derek, coming into Grossmont College from, I'll say, out of town.
Yeah.
Half our roster probably is. Half of our roster's from here in San Diego. What was the appeal to a place like Grossmont College? Be honest. I mean, was it the only place where Derek could go? I don't think so. I mean, you look like you're a pretty good player. Your stats prove it. But a beautiful place out here. How does someone end up at Grossmont College?
It's funny because I took a year off out of high school. I thought I was done with football, and it's an expensive area to live, so I was kind of, I don't really know the word for it, but it's kind of deterred. Didn't feel like I could actually go somewhere. I didn't have any offers, didn't really have any interest. And any school I talked to, I put myself out there. At Grossmont College, Coach CJ and formerly a coach here, Coach Nick, they liked what they saw and invited me to come out. And eventually I came out in January 2018 and got better every day and just fit right into the system. So kind of just put myself out there, and this is the only school that really took a shot on me, so just jumped on it.
Blake, got a brand new turf out there. It's got to be nice to get some home games this year instead of playing home games at a couple of different high schools. And you got on the road. There's no. And a lot of people say maybe in JC football there's no home field. I mean, you guys can't think that way, right?
No.
I mean, you want to play right here on this beautiful mesa with that beautiful backdrop and your fans.
Yeah, it was weird playing at a high school again instead of playing at. I remember playing on that Grossmont field when I was in like Pop Warner and stuff, and so it was weird playing on that again. And it's nice to have a new field and actually have one here that we could play here. It just brings like that home field like advantage kind of back into the thing. I'm not used to it.
And have you been on that new turf down there? They're still working on it there.
The turf feels amazing. I can't wait for the rest of the stadium to be constructed. We can get on that field and play there every day because the turf this year compared to last year, it's mind-blowing how much turf makes a difference. Can't wait for the season to start. Can't wait for us to get on the field and play on that field for our home stands.
Guys, tell me about Coach CJ. I mean, I interact with him a lot on Twitter, and just a mountain full of information, but really you can see his enthusiasm come across, and that must be infectious to you guys and motivate you. Blake, you're nodding your head. Tell me about Coach Arnold.
Yeah, well, first off, one of his aspects in like his teaching is infectious positive attitude. And I think he definitely brings that every day.
Definitely.
He's always hyped up in class, or not in class, in film and stuff. And he always tries to get the practice going right in the beginning. And these guys doing morning workouts and stuff. Like this is like, he's like all in on it, and he's trying to get us all in on it. And that's how you win games. Everyone's all in. So I like his attitude, his effort.
Really passionate guy. He obviously loves the game of football, especially because he's done it his whole life. I'm sure he's had the same passion his whole life. He's just smart. He knows what he's doing. He knows what it takes for us to go to the next level, just like what he went through. He's a JUCO guy himself and ended up going to San Jose, so he knows the struggles, knows the routes, and everything he does is to put us in good position. and that's another thing is he wants us to listen to his message and not his tone all the time. But yeah, really passionate, really loves the game, really loves what he does.
So what's going to take, Derek? One win last year for this team. So I would say, obviously, we're going to win more than one game. I mean, there were just the whole circumstances surrounding the season, the tragedy of the season before the season. Had to weigh. It throws things out of sync. There's just no way. There's just no way around it. That's going to affect the way the whole team operates for many weeks. But you guys are able to rally around your coach. So now it's time where you can focus on football and get to what we need to do to get those wins. What does the defense need to do their part?
We just gotta stay in rhythm and stay consistent. Like last year, we had a lot of missed assignments and blown coverages, and just weren't consistent enough to be a really great defense. And just we're on the field a lot, not necessarily the offense's fault, but getting off the field on third down, did a pretty good job, but didn't force enough turnovers, didn't score enough off turnovers. So this year we've been focusing on just coming together as a team and working to be more consistent and flying to the ball more.
And Blake, seems like the way you tackle, you don't want to come off the field, but obviously you do want to get off that field as early and as soon as possible with 3 and outs. What's it going to take, brother?
Just like Derek said, consistency. Like we can't have one bad play and then two good plays and one bad play. That defeats the whole purpose. We got to, 3 and out. We got to go hard and get those 3 plays done and get our offense on the field so we can score.